They say when life ends, it flashes before your eyes. But mine didn't. Mine paused. I was 17, staring at my brother, Zayan, holding my hand as the blood drained from my chest. His hands trembled, eyes wide in horror. Not because I was dying, but because he had chosen his fiancée over me. She pushed me down the stairs, and he let her. But when the light dimmed, it returned. And so did I. I gasped for breath, bolting upright. Cold sweat. My tiny arms, my thin legs, the creaky bed, the dim dormitory. I was 10 again. I looked around, heart pounding. The orphanage. I knew this place. I'd lived, loved, and died here. And today was the day he would come. Zayan Gu, son of the Gu family. He would arrive this afternoon, and by evening he'd point to me. She's the one, he'd say, and I'd follow him like a fool into a family that never truly wanted me. A sister in name, a pawn in truth. But this time, I wouldn't let him find me. As the orphanage director prepared the girls, I slipped away. Beneath the dusty stairs, I pressed my face into my knees, barely breathing. The door creaked. His footsteps. Calm, confident. My heart beat like war drums. I heard his voice. "She's cute," he said. "We'll take her." Another girl giggled nervously. It wasn't me. Relief flooded me, then guilt, but I had to choose me this time. Without the Gu family, life was hard. No branded dresses, no chauffeurs, no violin tutors. But I was free. I studied by candlelight, worked part-time at a bakery, and kept my rebirth a secret. At 16, I earned a scholarship to the city's top high school. And there, of all places, I saw him again. Zayan. Older, broader, still with that calm gaze. He stared at me for a long time, confused, as if he knew me, but couldn't place why. I turned away. I wouldn't go back. He started noticing me, offering rides, asking questions. "Have we met before?" Each time I smiled faintly and said no, but behind my calm I was trembling. He hadn't changed yet, but the girl he'd chosen as his sister had. That girl, Mei Lin, wasn't me, but she lived my past. She grew spoiled, reckless. And one day, Zayan looked at her the way he once looked at me, disappointed. I watched from the shadows, sipping coffee, remembering how it felt to be discarded. The Gu family announced Zayan's engagement to a senator's daughter. It was all for power. She was the same one who pushed me in my past life. I clenched my fists. Would history repeat, even without me? I didn't want to go, but my scholarship required my attendance. A gala hosted by the Gu family. I dressed in a thrifted gown, stood alone, and prayed not to be seen. But fate is cruel. Zayan saw me and froze. He cornered me near the garden. "Who are you?" he asked, almost breathless. I stared up at him. "Just a girl from an orphanage." His eyes searched mine. "You should have been my sister." He started digging. Records, photos, interviews with the orphanage. I thought I covered every trail, but he was relentless. Then one day, he appeared outside my university. I know what happened now. I turned away. "You were supposed to be in our family," he said. "Why did you hide?" "You want the truth?" I asked. "Fine." I told him everything. How he ignored my cries, how his fiancée laughed as I bled, how he held her hand at my funeral. His face turned pale. "I didn't." "You did. You let it happen." He didn't deny it. He just dropped to his knees. "I was a coward," he whispered. And for a moment, I saw not the rich heir, but a boy who had failed. He kept chasing me after that, not for forgiveness, but for a chance to do right. He broke off his engagement, left the family business, and stood outside my part-time job in the rain, holding a single umbrella. "Let me protect you this time," he said. I gave him tasks, trials, not to be cruel, but to see if he meant it. He helped build homes for orphans, donated anonymously to the orphanage. He never asked for praise, just stayed close. Maylin grew bitter. When Zayn stopped visiting her, she confronted me. "You took my life," she hissed. "No," I replied. "I took mine back." She lunged, but Zayn caught her wrist. "She was never yours to replace," he said. We stood by the same staircase where I once died. He took my hand gently. "I was meant to be your brother," he whispered. "But now, all I want is to stand beside you, as a man who loves you." Tears welled in my eyes. Fate gave me a second chance. But did I dare rewrite the ending? I closed my eyes. The past screamed for revenge. The present begged for healing. But my future was mine to shape. I reached for his hand, and this time, I walked beside him by choice. Reborn, he came to the orphanage to pick a sister, but I hid. This time, and by hiding, I chose freedom. I altered my fate. And in doing so, I found a love that had to be earned, not owed. Thank you for watching this short story. More narrations are on the way, so stay tuned. Please like and subscribe, and feel free to share your feedback in the comments section. Wishing you a wonderful experience ahead.